We'll do 15 minutes of me giving you some more information, then we'll take questions, we'll be done. You'll be out of here on the 10, on the 90, on the Centinela before you know it. Okay, so let's talk about social media strategies to book gigs. So Facebook Live, honestly, is gold for us. I wanted to say thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for helping me book speaking engagements faster and easier. So I did a Facebook Live a month ago. This person that knew me through Facebook said, oh, I love this be a paid speaker now concept. Can you speak to a group of college students that need more confidence when it comes to speaking? We're in Atlanta. And I said, sure. And I said, this is my fee. She says, okay, well, we're going to start getting sponsors and fundraise, and we're going to bring you out to Atlanta in February. Booked a paid speaking engagement. Not even, so there's, when you Facebook Live, you don't know what people hear and how people want to consume you, right? You're going to figure it out because they're going to let you know. They're going to be like, oh, can you do that as a seminar? You might have a topic and they'll say, this would be great. Like, I don't, it was AT&T. They said, you know, we don't have a budget to fly you in, but we'll pay you $500 to do a webinar, 60 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm like, okay.
On what?
God, I don't even remember. Probably leadership.
Oh.
Yeah.
In what capacity?
What do you mean?
So, like, I mean, just like, here's how to be a leader. Is that what you're...
No, I wasn't just here's how to be a leader. I did my pre-event questionnaire form, and they told me what their challenges were, and I customized something. I honestly don't remember, because that was like 8 years ago. But that was an example of, because I never let them say no. You know, when I'm on the phone with them, if they say, you know, we want you to speak, and they say, oh, we can't bring you in, like the lady from Atlanta, she wanted to bring me in to speak, but they didn't have the budget to bring me in November, because initially we were going to do November. And when I told her my fee, because based on what she wanted, she's like, oh, well, we can't do it now, but we can do it on this day. But then it's up to me to keep following up and to get an agreement. There is no speaking engagement until you have an agreement and a deposit. Otherwise, it's just hopeful and a maybe. Till you have an agreement and a deposit, it's just maybe. So, but webinars are also another way to fill, you already are doing them, fill events and fill seats. So one of the things that I could have done more of with the Be a Paid Speaker Now is like, I have Zoom.us is doing webinars to let people know pieces. I did a couple of YouTube webinars before, and that's why the other ones were more full, but you have to keep doing them. And that's why it's great to have programs like Webinar Jam or these other programs that are like automated, so that you don't have to keep doing the same webinar over again. You do the webinar once, and then you have it as a Facebook, like a Facebook ad, and people opt in to be a part of it. I don't know if you're familiar with Mind Valley. They do this. So that's how I ended up subscribing to Mind Valley, because I did 1 or 2 of their webinars. I'm like, this information is fantastic. What would it be like to be a member? What would it be like to go to one of their events? Because the webinar gave me a taste. Remember, the more that people can experience you, the better, friend. Okay, next. Oh, and so, by the way, for your e-newsletter, $8 return for every dollar you spend for email news marketing. When I first started speaking, my newsletter would generate tons, not $8, like $800 at least. My speaking my e-newsletter would get me speaking engagements. Why? One of the things I did, which was very calculated, is I would have my monthly calendar of speaking engagements on there. Like, it was on the sidebar of the template of the newsletter. And when people saw that I was speaking like 10 times in a month, they're like, wow, she's all over the place. Maybe, and people want what's in demand. Right, yeah. Right? So that's how I was getting, at least every month from my newsletter going out, I would get bookings from that.
So would you point to where you're talking about? So, but in the newsletter, where are you showing your bookings?
That's what I was telling you. I was showing you. Right here, on the side of my newsletter, I had the calendar of events. So I would have the body of my newsletter, and now I do so little body because nobody reads. Right. So I just do, it doesn't say it on there, I'm just telling you. So what I'm doing is I'm showing people that I'm out there being booked, and then at the end, because you say, you know, available for bookings, contact Emily, contact your assistant, whoever it is. So nobody knows, up until now, they may not know they can hire you for speaking. That's why you're not getting more paid speaking engagements. So to book Jen for your next conference or event, call whoever your girl is, your assistant. But that's a great one, your newsletter. Also, depending on your target audience, you could use Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat. So let me make this easy for you. If your target audience, which for me, my target audience are HR managers, and they're predominantly women, it's definitely Facebook, right? Also really great for corporate is LinkedIn. You already know this. If you want to do Fortune 500 companies and really get booked there, LinkedIn, and you're posting as many videos, articles, blogs, whatever expertise, and spend some time at home with your growth work, filling out my workbook that I gave you so that you're really clear what you're going to be putting on your social media that's going to get them. For Instagram, I see younger motivational speakers using Instagram as a platform. They'll have like 1-minute videos. There's a lot of male relationship experts. Do you know that?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, a lot of young male relationship experts, like, and they have some good stuff to say, like, oh, women, if you're doing this, you're selling your social. Whoa, you're right. Also doing an Instagram live, but again, that's going to be a younger audience. It's 18 to 33. You know from all the social media workshops. The only person that ever booked me on Instagram is NASA. But that was a great booking, friend. I got to go to Houston Space Center and do a vision board play shop for these young Latina
awesome.
high school girls because I did vision board and the hashtag.
NASA?
Yeah. You didn't hear that story?
Well, it's such. Well, I heard about NASA, but it's such a disconnect. Like NASA, we need a vision board person.
I'm not arguing, friend.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
all
mad
good.
at them. I'm like, Houston, do we have a budget?
Have you? We had to go there. Have you heard of the ability to pre-record Facebook Live videos and then cast them as live?
Now they have all these things like Be Live, TV.
You can actually do it in real time. That's what I did for my launch. I was on Zoom streaming it live to Facebook, and then you capture the recording.
Yeah, that's what's great about Zoom. Zoom is fantastic.
Well, no, what I'm saying is that you can pre-record a bunch of
You do that
Facebook
too.
Live and then just spin them out as if they
Yeah.
are live.
Yeah.
How do you do that? On Facebook or with some other?
With something else that sets it up. I don't know off the top of my head, but I googled it and it's
Now
It's
there's this
a
thing called
thing.
What is it called?
BeLive.tv.
What's the name of the program?
I don't remember.
Oh.
But if you do a Google search for pre-record Facebook Live,
So you can pre-record it but pretend it's live.
yes.
But then how do you interact with people if it's pre-recorded? The whole point of doing live is so that you can interact with people.
So you're like, hi, thanks for coming on.
That doesn't make any sense to me. I wouldn't recommend that. But okay,
Okay.
so Facebook, Instagram, YouTube is so important. And if you're not already using YouTube, having YouTube and even some of the stuff that you've recorded, you can edit them to like little 2-minute segments on different topics. And when you're on YouTube, you want to think about answering the question that the people have. You know, so how can I find my soulmate, or how can I stop attracting the wrong guys? So label the videos, how to, but then colon, love guide or relationship speaker. So mine are always how to do this, colon, Latina speaker. I don't even colon Deborah Darris anymore because people are not looking for Deborah Darris, they're looking for Latina speaker. So
Yeah.
that's what I put because that's what people are searching for. And that's how the $60,000 contract came in, through looking for that. So I realize, and I see some people with the SEO doing that colon and then the keywords. But also, all of my YouTube videos are categorized under how to. But you have your SEO expert. So whoever's your SEO person, who is your SEO person? Rich? You? Oh, come on.
I took some workshops in it.
Oh my God, friend.
Yeah, I worked for an SEO company for like 2 weeks, but I learned so much. And then
2 weeks?
I read a book and I took 2 workshops. And
What
then
book? So I can tell my people.
I think it was one of those like for dummies kind of things.
SEO for dummies?
So.
Come on, friend. Okay.
I was like, well, you know, if the dummies can do This is a great title, right? Those books, you know.
I know, right?
So
Twitter, hold on one second. Remember, I get 15 minutes and then you're free. Okay, but write it down so you don't forget.
That's right.
So LinkedIn is awesome because LinkedIn allows you to have your video, like your sizzle reel, on your profile. LinkedIn is also awesome because you can blog right there. LinkedIn is also awesome because every Fortune 500 executive is there. LinkedIn is also awesome because you can get involved in groups specifically on your expertise. So LinkedIn is something to consider. In fact, if you were to get rid of 3, I would get rid of Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat and just focus on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. You really don't need to have Twitter. The only reason I had Twitter is because I was doing Twitter parties for Coca-Cola, Pine Sol, Allstate. They were paying me like $500 a Twitter party. I'm like, I don't even have to get on a plane. That's fantastic, right?
hold on, focus on Facebook, Instagram.
No, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn.
Okay.
Yeah. I was saying delete Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Unless your audience is millennial, then you definitely want to be on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. But to me, my audience is not my audience. My audience is the people that are booking me. Think about it. Your audience is not the people sitting in the chairs. Your target audience is the people that can convince the decision makers to write checks to you. When I say audience, that's what I mean. Does that make sense?
Of course.
Okay,
yeah,
great.
makes sense.
Okay. So, of course, blogging on WordPress or whatever site you have, as long as it's optimized, will get you. And then feel free to come to any and all of my social media workshops. I do about 10 a month, and there's no cost. How do you find out about them? Deborah, because they're being sponsored. I have a sponsorship. I have a grant
That's a
through the
lot of
SBA.
workshops, honey.
Well, maybe not 10. Maybe how many is it?
A lot.
6, 8.
I
I don't know my schedule.
I'd be in a wheelchair.
where do we go?
You go to deborahdarris.com/events, and that has the workshops that may not be at the SBDC, but that I'm doing. You've been able to know him. Okay, so then I told you about the mastermind group. Okay, so what are we going to do in the mastermind group? Okay, so we're going to have a private Facebook group that's different than the one we have to be a paid speaker. You could check in person or via live stream. We're also going to do spot coaching every Friday. All of you are going to have an accountability partner. There's some freaking awesome people in the group. So somebody's like a chiropractor, homeopathic person. Another person specializes in bereavement coaching. Another person, like everybody that I've attracted is all from different expertises. So it's kind of cool. So your accountability partner, you're going to decide whether you're going to check in daily or weekly to stay on track with our goals. We're going to have our one sheet ready. We're going to have our speaking topics ready and our demo video ready together. So part of what you're going to be coached on in the group is the things that I told you that were important, getting it done. And step by step what's needed. We're not going to do so much presentation skills unless you guys want it, but everyone in the group is going to get a chance to present, and we're going to video record it for you. So if you don't already have a video, in fact, I was going to call it, don't laugh at me, you know how there's TED Talks? Dead Talks. Dynamic, empowered, and bold. And since I...
She's always got the cutest little marketing.
And is that crazy? No, it's not me. It's my divine download. It came to yoga, through yoga. I was like, that's so funny, God. You're hysterical. So I have access to the Inglewood Library, which fits like 150, but I'm also working on getting us bigger and better. So the person that used to do the production of American Idol has a theater, and the theater is called Miracle Theater, and it's in Inglewood. And so once we grow, I'm going to rent out that theater. So we're going to start with the library, and then I have our theater for when we want to go to the next level. When I say we, as the mastermind group. So it was going to start in August. We pushed it up to September. It's not $250, it's $200, because I'm giving everybody $50 off. And it's starting next Saturday. So if you're interested, let me know, and I will put you into the group. We have about 26 people, and I'm going to have 12 people each group so that it's not overwhelming. Because, you know, I want to be able to give you guys each, and I don't know if every single person is going to do the group.
How often?
the actual meeting is once a month,
Okay.
but then every week there's going to be assignments, and you're going to have your accountability buddy. One of the things that I'm going to do with the group is give you referrals. So I'm going to create the Synergy Consortium. And so once you're in the mastermind group, that's when